If you find that AI overengineers .NET code, you're not alone. It's one of the most common complaints from .NET developers. So I fixed it. I built an AI tool specifically for .NET and C# developers in just 2 days. I'll show you the prompts I gave Claude to build it, what the tool does, and how you can use it right now to get better answers to your .NET and C# questions. So this is the AI tool that I built for you. You can select which .NET version you're using, so we'll select .NET 10. You can also select any NuGet packages that are related to your question. So it already has a list of pre-selected NuGet packages. So if you're using Entity Framework Core, you can select that. And you can also enter the version number if you want, but that is optional. If you find that a NuGet package that you're using is not on there, you can just simply type it in and add it to the list like that. Now, you also need to fill out your question. So we're going to add a question. How do I add a DB context with products and properties of ID, name, and created? Once you're happy with the form, you just click on this button here and stay tuned to the end of this video as I'll show you how it works and how you can use it right now. Now this all came off a LinkedIn poll that I posted for you a couple of weeks ago. So the question I asked you was, what is your biggest pain point when using LLMs for .NET and C#? 21% of you said out of date code, 7% of you said that the code no longer exists, but a staggering 67% of you said that it was over-engineering simple code. To help you get the best response to your question, here's an example of the prompt that is sent. So it will specify the .NET version that you select from the form and any NuGet packages that you select. From there, it will be told to always prefer the simplest solution, to never add abstraction layers unless you specifically ask, the same with patterns as well, and only return code and a brief explanation, and that will be followed by your question. I think this tool is needed, judging by some of the questions that you've asked it so far. How do you add authentication? Authentication for what? Are you using JWT, basic authentication? There's no detail for it in the question. How do you execute a stored procedure? In what? Are you using Dapper, Entity Framework Core? Are you even using an ORM? And also, how do you make pasta? Now the user was referencing the pasta architecture, but the AI tool didn't know that. It thought that it was referencing the food type, which of course is completely off topic. In terms of the AI tool, we're going to use Claude not only to integrate, but also to build the application. The reason being is that we believe it will give you solid coding solutions, and that is because of Claude Code. Claude Code is an AI coding assistant that you can integrate with your application. And that's the reason why we're selecting it, because it integrates with C# code on a regular basis. Now we're not going to be using Claude Code for this, but if you want to know more about it, make sure you hit the subscribe button as we'll be doing future videos on it. So this is the initial prompt that I gave to Claude. So I specified that I wanted to build an AI tool for .NET and C# developers, and I gave a bit more information about the LinkedIn poll that I did for you, and also some of the comments that you left for it. I did something similar for YouTube as well, which gave similar results, and then I specified that I wanted to create an application where a .NET C# developer can input their requests, and it would only begin with ASP.NET Core developers. I then asked it to communicate with Claude or OpenAPI through their API, and whether that was even possible. I then specified which questions I wanted on the form that you would fill out, so the .NET version, also specified the C# version and any NuGet packages that you want to add. I then went on to say that I wanted the application to communicate with the LLM, and it would be written in .NET 10 and C# 14, and any API endpoints would be using minimal API endpoints. And I gave an example as to how I want this structured. I then went on to say that I wanted it to use clean architecture, and the application and the infrastructure projects, I gave details for that. So I think when you're using AI, you need to give as much detail as you can to get the best possible response. So this was the original prototype that it generated. So it asked us for the .NET version, C# version, and then you could add NuGet packages and add your question. I decided to remove the C# version as I felt that you were going to use the same C# version that comes with the .NET version that you're using. In terms of the other questions that we asked it, it is possible to integrate with Claude's API, and it gives information about how we do that. There's no SDK needed, although there is an official one if you prefer. In terms of pricing, so if you ever integrate with Claude's API, you'll need to pay for it through input and output tokens, and it gives you a rough idea as to how much it's going to cost. It specifies that each request for us is roughly going to be around 2 cents. In terms of over-engineering, it specifies that this is 100% a system prompt problem, and it gives more information about that. Now, to give you the best possible response to your question, it's added this prompt, and this has evolved since this was initially created, but you get the general idea as to how it works. Once we had the prototype, we then gave it more detail as to how we wanted the ASP.NET Core to be structured. So we wanted to generate the code for the .NET 10, bit of information about the request body that we want to use, and then specifying again that we want to use minimal APIs, and also giving a bit more details about the application and infrastructure, and also to block any questions that are blatantly not a coding question, like for example, what is the time in New York, how are you feeling today, etc. So this was the app that it generated, and I must admit there were a few compile issues. For starters, in the application project, it couldn't reference Microsoft.extensions. If you need to reference that in a class library, you need to include the Microsoft.ASP.NET-Core.app. And this is how you do it. You go into the CSproj file, you add a framework reference, and then you include Microsoft.ASP.NET-Core.app. The next one is that when it was registering a Fluent validation class, it was using a method that doesn't even exist. And I know that's one of your pain points when using AI. But in order to fix this, we need to add it as a scoped service, and then we need to include the iValidator in there, and then put the class that we're validating, and then after that, we put in the validator like that. The next one is that when using the Anthropic SDK, it was referencing a type that was in a later version of it. Now, I know that's been one of your pain points, although this is the other way around, where it's referencing a type which is in the version that it's not referencing. So in order to fix that, we needed to upgrade it from version 3 to version 5, and for some reason, it's given all this white space as well. The last one is that it tried to use extension members, but it got a little confused with extension methods. Now, if you've used extension members before, you know it's a new feature in C# 14, but this is where it got confused. So it's added the parameter in there, but you don't need to do that in an extension member because you've already got it as part of the extension syntax. So you remove that. You also don't need static in there. So that fixes the compile issues, but it's also referencing an obsolete type of with Open API. We no longer need that, so we can remove it. After I got it to build the ASP.NET Core app, I got it to build the front-end app, and I asked it to use it with controllers with views and razor views. This can save you time rather than creating a separate application for your front end. For the front end, I asked it to create a home page that includes a placeholder in the top left-hand corner of the screen, mark it what the tool is so you know what it's actually being used for, and why it has been built. I then go on to say that the user is prompted with the questions, so the .NET version, the NuGet packages, and the actual question. And initially, I limited it to 3 questions, but I felt that you're probably going to want more than just 3 questions, so I took that limit off. And then I got it to generate any CSS using Sass and any JavaScript using TypeScript. At that point, the .NET app built, but we still had a number of issues, particularly with the form. So when you tried to add a NuGet package to it, it wouldn't actually let you do it. And as well as that, when you tried to submit a question, it would just redirect and put all the values into the query string. So we got Claude to fix those issues, made some tweaks ourselves, and here is a working prototype. So we're going to ask it, how do you add a DB context for products with ID, name, and created, and click on the button. Now when you do that, it starts generating the response for you. If you want any additional changes, or it hasn't generated the right stuff for you, you can ask a follow-up question. So for this, I'm going to ask that I want to add the price property onto it. So I'm going to ask, can you add the price property? And there you go, it's generating the update code. I reckon Claude wrote about 80% of the code that is in the current working application, and as a result, it only took us 2 days to build and publish. If you want to try the tool out for yourself, go to roundthecode.com/AI or find the link in the description, and let me know in the comments what you think about it. As well as using Claude, you can use Notebook LM to generate a podcast for your .NET learning, and I go into detail about it in this video, so I'll see you over there.